Hi, you guys. Hello, hello. So, it's been just a little minute since I popped onto this space and showed my face. So, I wanted to just come and say hi and let you know of a couple upcoming things that are beautiful and cool and that I would love you to come into if you feel so inclined, or just to let you know what's up, what's up. So summertime's here, and it feels so good. The sun has been super on. Oh, there's my crazy cat. Yeah, they got some energy today. Um, yeah, so the sun's been on for a while. It feels amazing, and I hope you guys are all feeling good and taking care of your bodies in maybe sunshine where you are. And um, yeah, so first thing that I want to just like kind of announce is that we are Britt and I, my lovely like creator partner, human and I, we are creating, or we've already created, but it will be launching for the second time in September, Soma Sentience, the foundational training. Um, and this is just going to give you a really good solid base to oh, my cats are nuts. A really solid base to begin your movement journey. It's also a good place to drop into if you're a seasoned mover. You know what's up, because there's still a lot of like um, pretty high level information in there, and we're still sort of, it ran for 6 months. No, it ran for 6 weeks the first time, and me and Britt are kind of still in conversation of whether we will expand it to 8 weeks or 12 weeks. So it is going to get a little bit longer. It is going to have a little bit more embodiment aspect to it. So we're going to add an additional class to attend each week. So you'll have your like drop in sort of seminar space where we break down concepts and ideas and walk you through some of the foundational core components that we believe are really important for movement. And then we're going to couple that with a weekly foundations class. So that's coming up. That will probably launch around the 28th or 29th of September. Just we'll let you know that soon. But if you want to stay in the loop with that, the waitlist is in the little area under here where we sort of talk about things. The second thing that I'll invite you into is if you just want to move with me, come into Daily Ritual. So Daily Ritual moved to my personal site, just to consolidate things that was like a little bit too scattered all over the place. So I brought it back home to my personal site where it lives now. Still the same awesome stuff. There's 6 of us teachers teaching this style of movement. Um, on the platform, both live Zoom classes. These Zoom classes are recorded, so we upload them for you to do at your convenience as well if you can't make the times. And we also have a pretty substantial online, what do you call that, on demand pre-recorded video space too. So the teachers and I sort of add videos each month to that. You'll also get playlists from each of us, or some of us, depending on who's listening to music and who's not. We kind of like, whatever's inspired. But definitely, I usually will have a playlist or 4 to share with you. And so that's included in the membership too, which is, I think, a pretty huge resource if you are music nerdy like me. So Daily Ritual is a sweet space. You get access to us in person. The classes are small, intimate, and really like focused on you and what you need. So it's a great space to learn. There's all different levels, and each of us teachers brings our, you know, pretty, we have our different ways and ideas of explanation and how we deliver things. So it sort of like is this like amazing resource to have and to tap into. And I want to just like let you know that right now it sits at $66 a month, and that's going to be lifting up to 77 in September. So if you want to get in, you can try it for 2 weeks free. Also, the link is in the bio. And yeah, just to pre-warn, the cost of membership will be going up in September. One last little thing, really cool little thing. Me and Britt have created a retreat on the Sunshine Coast in Honeymoon Bay. So if you haven't been to BC, Canada, British Columbia is where I live. I live on the island, and this will be just a little ways away from the island. But BC is beautiful. Like, it's, I think, one of the most beautiful places in the world. And if you haven't been here, this might be a really good excuse to come and visit us. Britt and I have created a retreat that's sort of like an amalgamation retreat training, because we've kind of like been thinking about like, what do we like to sign up to? And Britt and I are nerdy, so we like to learn. So not only are you going to get that like regenerative, restorative, energizing aspect that is retreat space, where you're really taken care of, and you get to move through movement and breath and nature immersion. You also are going to get to have like, I don't want to call them lectures, but kind of like lectures or seminars on different ideas that we feel are really cool right now. Where both Britt and I are super nerding out on quantum biology and ecology, and just really reconnecting our connection to nature. So sort of dissolving the separation that's been created between this idea that we're not part of nature, and really kind of like mending and healing that area. So this will be in Honeymoon Bay, September 19th to 24th. So 6 days, 6 nights, and you get fed amazing food. You get some plant medicine journey if you're so inclined, and that could either be cacao or other. We'll just leave it there, and you can dig deeper if you're interested. So this event is called Natura, the ecology of remembering, and it's going to be an amalgamation of both learning, a little bit of training on movement, on breath, on ecology and plants and flowers and this kind of stuff as well. It's going to be super, just like immerse yourself in being held and taken care of, and move your body and feel really good breathing. Yeah, so I will link that in the details as well. You can check that out. It's sweet, and you should join us. Yeah, and I just think it's important to note, like, I live in one of the most beautiful places in the world. So if you haven't been up here, this is a really sweet opportunity to come up and see the magic that this place is. Yeah, and I'd also just like to move with you for a second, or to just sort of feel your body. So if you would like, if you have the time and space, drop in, do some movement with me. And yeah, one last little thing, I think I said that already, but make sure that this is the last thing. I'm sort of like looking, I guess, like I'm going to spend a bit more time here. And so this space may evolve, may change a little bit. I'm just thinking about what I want to be really like bringing into this zone, but yes, you just might see me here a little bit more, and I would love to see you and to hear from you, and hear what you need, what you want, and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, without further ado, I love you. Let's move. So, hi, Frank. This is my crazy Frank cat. Hi, it's Frank the girl. Yeah, so if you just want to make your way, let's start on hands and knees, just get right into it. I feel like I was just sitting there for a second, and my ankles and my feet are falling asleep a little bit. So I'll just begin. So the hands can land ahead of the shoulders, and your knees underneath of your hips. And energetically, the top of the foot can be pressing down and resisting towards the knees, and the hips can be pulling back too. And with the heart, you want to stay buoyant, light, and full through the heart. So instead of collapsing and pulling the shoulders onto the back, or like, like kind of letting yourself fall here, we're always going to keep that like lifted space, that intentional rising on the back of the heart. And then we'll just start to slide the hips back and glide wide from side to side. And kind of teasing space into the side belly and side ribs. And you can kind of just bring awareness to the head and the hips moving in one direction, and the heart and the ribs moving in the opposite direction. So as the ribs move left, right ear moves towards right shoulder, and the hips sort of slide towards the right as well. And as the ribs move towards the right, left ear draws towards left shoulder, and then the hips slide towards the left. And you might evolve this, drawing some what I call wax on, wax offs, where you slide wide in one direction and then roll through the back, finding that crest of fullness through the shoulder blades, chin into the chest, all the way to the other side. And just let it sort of move you. Get lost in movement here, finding or maintaining that fullness of the heart. Find some stillness, and keeping the heart inflated and full. Draw the hips back, tuck your toes, and lift up into hands and feet. The feet can be as wide as your hips or as wide as your mat, taking up as much space as feels right. And keeping the hips high and the knees gently bend, you can start to pedal into the heels, little tick tock of your hips from side to side. And as your hips are moving from side to side, you can start to dig your paw down and pull back with the paw. So it's like this resistance down and back. Start to inform length into the belly. Letting the ribs slide from side to side, knees knock down towards the center. You might start to pulse forward and back, bending the knees, keeping the hips high. Resist your paws down and back as you stretch your heart forward. Stay long through the spine. Chin is lifted, throat is open. And so anchoring the hips, pressing the paws wide down and back, and then reaching the heart forward. Inflate through the back. Feel your shoulder blades expand wide. Take the feet, step them forward as wide as the mat. Bend into your knees, let the belly soften towards the thighs. Let your head hang heavy. Shift the weight from paw to paw, and let the heart and the head sway soft. With your paws pressing wide, reverse swan dive, sweep wide, reach high, lift all the way up to the sky. Can keep a little bend in the knees and connect into the toes, little squeeze. Let your shoulders soften down away from the ears. Tip the chin, get long through the neck. And then, as though you're reaching for stars in the sky, start to stretch long, initiating the movement from the lowest rib, side to side, little glide. can use your feet, push down as you lift up. Find some stillness, keep your arms up high. We'll take some shoulder checks. So the right arm is going to drop back, sit back, and imagine a string, pull it through your hands. The right arm stretches low, the left arm reaches high, and the eyes follow the right hand. Reach back, stretch high, open, and then bring it back. Left shoulder check, sit back. Left arm drops low, right arm reaches high. Can follow your eyes. Your eyes can follow your left hand reaching, opening, and then bring it back. Right shoulder check. Right arm drops back, stretch long, reaching to open yourself up. Whoosh, doosh, doosh, doosh. Getting so spacious between the shoulders, and then bring it back up. Left shoulder check, sit back, stretch long, open, eyes follow left hand. Find that widening through shoulder blades, chin lifted, throat open. And bring it back. And release your hands down by your side. And take a pause to feel, big breath in. And then let it go. And do that again, breathe in. And then let it go. Keeping the knees gently bent, take some shoulder rolls alternating. And these shoulder rolls are informed with a simple, like just rotation of the shoulder, just like that. But we can start to inform it with more wholeness of the body. So we sit back, pick up through the back heart, back ribs into the roll. And then we sit and lift and open. And sit and lift and open. Release that. Step the feet wide and wide. Hands slide down the tops of the thighs. Can dig your toes forward. Press your knees up into your hands and feel your butt flare back and wide. You can play that a couple of times. It'll bend. Dig the toes forward. Press your knee up. Butt widens back. Keep your belly long, chin lifted, throat open. Little pulses here. Digging the toes forward, widening the butt back. Okay, and then we'll take shoulder drops. Keep your belly long. Pause, press wide, side to side. And then neutralize, hands plant down, step back into hands and feet. Again, feet as wide as the hips, maybe as wide as the mat. Bend into the knees, anchor the hips up wide and high. The belly stays soft and the heart stays bright. We'll externally rotate the right hand, twist toes and knees left. Bend the knees, slide the hips wide back and high, and arc open into the left side ribs, little pulses. Right ear can draw to right shoulder. Lift the chin, stay long, open through the neck, open through the belly. Left paw can press down, reach long, open. Bloom the left ribs up towards the sky. Take one more. And then come back through center. Bend into the knees, anchor the hips up high and wide, and then stretch the heart forward, get long through the spine. And bend, press paws down and back. Feel the extension in the back of the leg, and then reach yourself long. Open up. Deep bend, hips high. This time, externally rotate left hand just a little bit. Toes and knees twist to the right. Knees forward, slide the hips back wide and high. Arc open and to the right side. Little pulses here. Left ear draws to left shoulder. Lift the chin, pour open. You can find the resistance. Right paw presses down and back as you stretch. Reach long. I'm finding so much length through the right side body. Hips root back wide. Big stretch. Open into the right side. Ribs rise. One last pulse. Come back through center. A little shift of your hips. Sway. Find softness. And keeping the heart full, lower the knees down. Untuck the toes, slide the hips back, and roll through the spine. Undulations, let it be soft like water. Hips drag back wide, belly so long. And then rippling through each vertebrae. The next time the hips pull back, sit all the way back onto your seat. Let the hands rest, let the shoulders rest wide. And take a breath, breathe in. And let it go. And do that again. Breathe in. And let it go. And give your wrists a couple of rolls. And then switch the roll. And then take your hands and just grip onto the trap, the space where the neck and the shoulder meet. And the fingers can just sort of wrap the flesh forward. Little squish. And then rest. And take a big breath in. And then let it go. I think that's perfect for for today, for this space. I love you. Thank you for being in this little field of mine, this YouTube zone. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to try and show up here a bit more, and I would love to hear from you what you guys need. I think every time I show up here, I'm like, I'm going to come and show up more, and then I don't. But it's something I'm going to try and commit a little bit more to. Anyways, I love you. Have a beautiful day, and thanks for being here.